Views and opinions expressed are not necessarily those of the staff or management of the Flavors of Northwest Arkansas podcast.
Well, greetings, and welcome to this week's edition of the Flavors of Northwest Arkansas podcast. I'm John Engelman. Thanks so much for being here. Today we're talking with Bella Vista resident and three-time League of Fire world champion in competitive pepper eating, Stephen Fiery Red Curgan. We'll talk about what got him into competitive pepper eating, and we'll also talk about the first ever Ozark Flame and Flavor Festival that's happening this Saturday. But first, well, we kick it off with Orthodox Farmhouse Brewing. They listed it for sale back in early March, and now they've found their buyer. According to several sources, and including Little Rock's The Mighty Rib Food blog, Orthodox has been sold to Little Rock's Southern Tail Brewing. According to a social media post, Southern Tail will focus on Orthodox keeping their footprint. Orthodox owners Jesse and Ashlyn Gagnon made the announcement on Friday, saying that they'd be around for the next month or so to help with the transition. As I'm sure you saw over the weekend on social media, Dodo Coffee opened their new building on the corner of Weddington and Marinani in Fayetteville. They'd been serving out of a trailer in that spot since April of last year. Owner Isaiah Ojeda is relieved.
Now we have bathrooms, and we have running water, and we have, all the things that we didn't have out of the trailer. And so I know our staff's happy, we're so happy, and just can't wait to share it.
On Saturday, they are having a party.
We have a grand opening coming on the 29th. It'll be a full celebration. We'll have vendors out here. We're going to have giveaways and a bunch of fun items, and trying to just create a really fun atmosphere for everybody to celebrate this building with us. It's been a long time coming, and we are just so excited to begin to share this with people.
Fresh Monkee is now open in Fayetteville. It's their soft opening week, and you can get shakes for 50% off through Friday. For those not familiar, they specialize in made-to-order healthy protein shakes and smoothies. They use real food ingredients with high protein and fiber, minimal or no added sugar, and options for vegan, gluten-free, keto, and Whole30 diets. I had an awesome chocolate-dipped strawberry moon on Monday. Really good and really surprisingly light. You can find them at 3761 North Mall Avenue in Fayetteville. You can now make reservations at Slouch Hat Winery in Rogers. It's a by-appointment only tasting room where you're able to do a tasting with winemaker Matt Fowler. Here's why he opened in Northwest Arkansas.
The idea to put it here in Northwest Arkansas, essentially Arkansas's home. Born and raised in Jonesboro, Northeast Arkansas. I moved up here in 2023 for my now wife. We've made this our home. I commute back and forth to Santa Barbara as needed for the winery, but because this is home and we want to be here for the rest of our lives, then I decided I wanted to bring my passion and my business here.
The wines are made in Santa Barbara, and they've been distributed in Northwest Arkansas since 2022, but those aren't the ones that you'll taste if you make a reservation.
So 2022 is my first vintage of Slouch Hat, and I had two wines, a Sauvignon Blanc and a Rhone variety blend, so Grenache Syrah Mourvedre. That has been here, that I was lucky enough, my distributor in Arkansas picked me up like sight unseen, which is unheard of. And they, so I've been in the market. Now, when you come to the tasting room, I only pour wines you can't find in the world. So these are only my reserves that aren't released, or they're small batch that I only made maybe 40, 56 cases of. So you'll get that experience. So you won't be able to, I'm not pouring the wines that you would go find out at your local retailer.
Some news from the popular Khana Grill in Fayetteville. They have closed their dining room. They're remodeling it for what looks like 6 weeks or so, but fret not, Khana fans. Their drive-thru will remain open, so you can still get your fix. Downtown Springdale's Blind Bear Cocktail Bar is expanding to Fayetteville. The new bar will be named the Obsidian Lion. They say it'll be darker, bolder, and unapologetic. They end the post by saying that it's coming soon, which, of course, as you know, will follow. El Jalacense Restaurant and Bar in Lowell has closed. They put up a post thanking every customer they've ever had. They finished by saying that this was not a goodbye, but a see you later. There'll be another party on Saturday as Grubb's Bar and Grill in downtown Fayetteville is celebrating 25 years there. It's going to be an all-day party with a photo booth, dunk tank, prizes, music, and, of course, burgers and beer, and much more. Happy 25th to them. And how about this? 6 years before that, Marketplace opened in Springdale. Happy 31 years to them. They celebrated this past weekend with a free anniversary cookie. Here's to the next 31. Happy 4th birthday to Conifer in Bentonville. I caught up with owner and executive chef Matt Cooper to talk about it.
It feels like just yesterday we opened the doors. I think what really feels like 4 years is we've seen some people that have been with us for so long, like now going off to open their own places and stuff like that. And so there's this like reinvigoration of new life and new energy and things like that into the restaurant. It's pushing us forward in the future, and I think that that's just really exciting and presents its own challenges as well. But I think that's what more feels like. You know, we have pictures of every single staff every year back on the back wall, and we just look at it and I'm like, wow, we've had some changes, and it's been challenging and really good as well.
Chef Cooper recently just got his pilot's license, making him a chef, pilot, sailor, and filmmaker? Yeah, he's got a full-length documentary coming out next year. It is yet to be named, but this is what it'll be about.
We have a full-length documentary coming out for Wren, and it chronicles everything from the beginning, meaning like the construction before anything was there, when we purchased the land, to like growing all the first crops, building the farm, building the restaurant, night of opening, testimonials from, it's more of a bigger vision about what's happening in Northwest Arkansas than a true focus on myself or Wren. So we've got testimonials from local community leaders about what's happening in the Northwest Arkansas area. We've got chefs, plenty of chefs on there, and people that we've worked with for a really long time, farmers and our staff. We've got my family on there, like talking about things. So we're trying to look at a documentary in a very different way while telling a story about all the beautiful things that are happening in Northwest Arkansas and how we fit into that little mold.
Speaking of Chef Cooper, he was my 5th interview ever on the Flavors of Northwest Arkansas podcast on May 27th of 2024. In today's Flavors Flashback, he broke some news back then about the early stages of Wren.
You know, we've got some pretty exciting things coming in the future with the restaurant that has been our vision for a really long time, where we will have our own farm soon. And that's not to compete with anybody, that's to fit an ever-needing format or performance for people, for us to be able to grow things, long things like carrots, onions, celery, things that we can't get here that are the basis for all of our recipes and things like that, while also growing some really fun things for some friends of ours and to supply both restaurants. It's about pushing our sustainability model. It doesn't mean that we're not going to order everything we've always ordered from our friends, but it's to help that conversation, right, and funnel education through it and things like that. So we're really excited about that. That's coming up pretty soon.
Is that breaking news?
That's breaking news.
Goodness.
Yeah. Some people know that we've been working towards that for a really long time, but I think it's the evolution of the restaurant, and it's the evolution of what we want to do in this community, and to be able to have that more of that sustainability model again. I'm a control person. I want control of everything.
I get it.
So we're fighting for that in any way we can. But again, still fitting a need. Not to compete, not trying to compete with anybody that like needs us to use their products. It's another outlet for us all to like work together. Like in Oregon, like the what makes Pinot Noir in Oregon so amazing is that the coalition of growers that grow Pinot Noir like really believe in what and how they're growing that Pinot Noir, and they all collectively work together. If one vineyard is having an issue with moisture or mold or any of those scientific things that I can't remember to pronounce right now.
Sure.
They all work together to help each other, and they make it. And that's kind of that model that we're really trying to do. We're just trying to tag on and help and further encourage this community and atmosphere that Northwest Arkansas already thrives upon.
Stephen Fiery Red Curgan is a 3-time League of Fire world champion. He eats peppers that a very high percentage of us wouldn't even touch. How did he get into it? Well, it all started online, and he'll explain that. Also, how do you make your way to being a world champion in only 2 years? It's an interesting path for sure. Finally, this Saturday is the first ever Ozark Flame and Flavor Festival in Bentonville. It's at the Record, and you'll hear all about it. And that's next, right here on the Flavors of Northwest Arkansas podcast. Well, college football's back, and if you're hosting a gathering this weekend, Macadoodles in Pineville and Guess Who in Bentonville have you covered. Hands down, the best liquor stores around. Buy a 12-pack of beer or more and get a free 3.5-pound bag of ice because nobody wants warm drinks at kickoff. Want top shelf taste without the top shelf price? Try Macadoodles private label wines and spirits. Same quality, better price. Speaking of wine, every day open to close, enjoy complimentary red and white wine samples at both locations. Spirit tastings too. And when a new barrel buy comes in, there's usually an open bottle waiting for you to try. And if not, just ask. Within reason, they're happy to pop one open. Need help with a big carryout order? Well, they got you. If it's raining outside, they've got those umbrellas too up front to keep you dry. And don't forget, join the loyalty program at both locations and start earning rewards. Macadoodles in Pineville and Guess Who in Bentonville. College football kickoff is this weekend. Get stocked up.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. Innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. They're skilled experts, discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, leading by example. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org.
Well, welcome back. We are at Bentonville Brewing, and we're talking about some heat today. We are sitting down with the three-time League of Fire world champion in competitive pepper eating. I wanted to make sure I got all that right. Stephen Fire Egg Curgan. Sir, how are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
Man, I'm excited to be doing this because there's a great event coming up that you're putting on. It's called the first ever Ozark Flame and Flavor Festival. It's happening Saturday the 29th at the Record in downtown Bentonville. We'll get into that in a second because there's a lot involved there, and it looks like it's going to be a super fun time. But I got to figure out a little bit about you. I want to know more about you, so just want to kick it off with, and this is what I ask everybody at some point, how did you end up in Northwest Arkansas?
Yeah, it's a good question. Arkansas was not on the map.
I hear that.
But essentially, I am an engineer.
Okay.
Took a job with Walmart a couple years ago.
Gotcha.
Worked at a distribution center and kind of found an opportunity at home office and decided we're going to go for it. My wife wasn't sold initially. The idea of leaving Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, man. Charleston's awesome.
Yeah. And unfortunately, everybody says that here, and I'm like, shh, don't tell her that. She's like, why did you do this? But no, it's been good here. We've got kids. The schools are good. The area's nice, and overall, it's pretty good. We enjoy it here.
Good.
Obviously, further from family, but aside from that, things are good.
So, how long have you been here? You guys?
Almost 2 years.
Okay. All right. So not super new.
Nope.
Gotcha. All right. Cool. So, we get into the pepper eating here. How did you get into competitive pepper eating?
Yeah, it's a very good question. It does seem like a pretty bizarre extreme sport, if you will.
Perhaps.
I am a big hot sauce fan.
Okay.
So I love hot sauce. Mm-hmm. And essentially there's these groups on Facebook that recommend hot sauce companies, and I'm always looking for craft hot sauces and something unique and really hot. And so in this group, essentially, there was this time a little over 2 years ago, and everybody was like, you have to watch this show. You have to watch this show called Super Hot. It was on Hulu and Disney+.
Okay, I totally thought you were going to say Hot Ones, but no, go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
No worries. So not a big TV guy, but everybody was talking about the show. So I finally caved and watched it. And it was a docuseries on the world of spicy people, and it exposed League of Fire and this international league of competitive pepper eating, and I was just like, wow, this is really cool.
Yeah. So you say international, is it how many countries?
Yeah, so they started in the UK.
Okay.
The number of countries, I'm actually unsure because there's so many European countries now that have it. I'm honestly not sure of the total count there, but
gotcha.
It's extended into Africa. It's in New Zealand, and it's literally all over the place. They're targeting trying to get it involved in Asia. They're not in Asia yet, but they are all over the place.
Hot peppers out in Asia.
Exactly. They would be great to be a part of it.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
For those that listen or watch this, I have openly expressed many times how much of a spice wimp that I am. So this is I'm sitting here. If you're just listening, we've got some of the deadliest looking peppers laid out on the table, and if you would explain what they are and the actual Scoville unit of what you got laid out, because it's a veritable rainbow of colors here.
It is, yeah. Peppers are pretty cool in the variety that they come in, but just wanted to show kind of some perspective on the difference of heat level here. If we start at the left and you see this is just a jalapeno, these are about 5,000 Scoville heat units.
Okay.
So in comparison to the far right, these are super hots. That's over 1 million Scoville heat unit. So you can do the math there. It's extremely hot.
Horrifying.
Yeah. And then in the middle here, these oranges are actually habaneros. So typically a little over 100,000 Scoville heat units. Can be up to 200-ish Scoville heat units, but if you still take a habanero and multiply that times 10, you're looking at super hot.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, so is that what got you into it, that TV show?
Yeah, so I watched the show and I was just like, this is pretty cool. I was saw about the League of Fire, and they have these online challenges you can do at home. So you can order challenges and record yourself doing it and get points for it. And I was like, why not? It'll be something fun to do. And essentially, I just started doing that and looking at, what's the record for this one?
Yeah.
And I would set the new record and set a new record. And I set so many records. I set the most League of Fire records within a season. And
from home and recording and sending it in, right?
Exactly. These are extremely spicy challenges, kind of like the one chip challenge you've seen.
Oh gosh, yeah.
It's like that, but like when I say records, it's like how many multiples can I do in a row while still adhering to the rules over and over again, just to really push myself and see how much spicy I can handle.
How much spicy can you handle, or do you even know at this point?
I think the biggest thing I've done so far was last year in Indiana, ate 85 7-pot primos, which is the hottest pepper you can get your hands on, that's been tested from Scoville heat unit. And sitting there eating 85 is so far probably the hottest I've done. That is just a long endurance match of super hots.
I am looking up, for those that don't know and are not familiar, I'm looking up to describe what Scoville heat units are. It's measured the spiciness and capsaicin concentration of chili peppers. It was created in 1912 by pharmacist Wilbur Scoville. The rating shows how many times a pepper extract must be diluted in sugar water before human testers can no longer taste the heat. That sounds horrifying in every way possible. So, obviously the higher the number of Scoville units it is, the hotter it is. That's the most basic premise of it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So was it something where when you started, you really kind of got into building that intolerable burn? Is that what it is? Or is it more of a kind of, I guess, a mind over matter sort of thing?
It's a little bit of both, honestly. Okay. So before even knowing about League of Fire, I was really into hot sauce.
Sure.
And to the point where I started getting these extreme hot sauces that are just crazy hot. And I would take them home, and I remember when I first got it, just one drop, I'd be like, wow, this is crazy. Who can do this?
Yeah.
Over time, I inadvertently built my tolerance to where I was doing a little bit more and a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so I was challenging myself without really being seen on any competition.
Okay.
So I basically enjoyed that aspect of it and took that into the League of Fire and kind of befriended that community of other chili heads that like to test their spice ability. And yeah, it's been a really cool community, a lot of good camaraderie. And
I'm sure.
It's really a neat group of people all over the world that like to push themselves.
I'm assuming you turned some heads when you entered in for the first time after sending in all the videos.
Yeah, so the first competition I ever did was actually pretty funny.
Ooh, tell me.
Yeah, so I wasn't going to sign up for it, and it was like the day before the competition. I was like, you know what? I've got enough air miles. I could fly there and compete tomorrow. And I just decided to do it. And as soon as I signed up, it was pretty funny reactions online because people already had this perception of me, even though I've never done one of these before. I didn't know how I would do, but they were already pretty confident because they saw what I was doing at home, and it was a good time.
So, first off, tell me what event it was and where it was, because at the time I'm assuming you were still in Charleston?
I was.
Okay, all right. At the event, what it was and how you fared.
Yeah, it was in Denver, Colorado.
Elevation. Does elevation affect heat?
They talked about that. I don't think so.
I'm just playing. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. But
Yeah.
the name of the festival, I'm drawing a blank, but it was it was a Denver, Colorado hot sauce festival.
Kind of a regional thing?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
regional.
All right.
There was some hot sauce company basically that was hosting it.
Okay.
It was a really cool time. Got to meet some of these people that I've been interacting with online,
Yeah.
and kind of meet the community for the first time, and obviously showcase my ability for the first time
Yeah.
at a competition.
So, how'd you fare?
Yeah, so I was nervous. I didn't know how I was going to do.
Yeah.
But long story short, I reigned victorious, and I walked
Dude.
away with a belt just like this one right here.
Dude. Outstanding.
Yeah.
So, I mean, going into something like that, okay, well, before I even get into that, what does the competition look like? How does it go, basically, for those that don't know?
Yeah, so the way they work is it goes in rounds. Typically,
Okay.
there's 10 rounds. Now, they can add bonus rounds if they feel they want to do that.
Yeah.
But round one at a Road to America's Belt match is what you would call it. So this is a regional match where you get a regional belt, and then if you win that belt, you have the opportunity to compete at the next level. So those regional belt matches typically start a little bit lower to middle Scoville heat unit pepper.
Okay.
Round one, only one or two maybe, and then kind of build from there. And the goal is for only one person to be left standing. So if you get to round 10 and nobody has dropped out, which I guarantee you most have already dropped out.
Okay.
Then it'll turn into a speed round, and typically it's,
Oh, no.
yeah, it's normally down to like one-on-one, maybe three people left, and at that point they will weigh an equal amount of the same type of peppers, put it in front of you, 1, 2, 3, go, and see who can get them down, swallow without getting sick, and then you have won.
My God, dude. That sounds horrifying. That's the thing that nightmares are made of.
It is very intense. It's
Oh,
honestly an
gosh.
adrenaline rush.
Well, I would assume so.
Yeah.
So, what do you think was it that hooked you? Was it the competition? Was it the community? Was it the event itself? What hooked you into this sort of thing?
Yeah, it was a mix of
Kind of
multiple
everything?
things.
Yeah.
Like, I love spicy. I love pushing my tolerance,
Mm-hmm.
and I enjoy the community. It's honestly one of the best communities I've been a part of, and I've had a lot
great.
of different hobbies.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just really been fun, honestly.
Yeah. So, that first world championship, how many competitions had you been in at that point, or maybe was it more of something that you build up at home? Maybe it was all of it. Tell me about building up and getting that first championship.
Yeah, so for the world title match, typically what happens is they take champions like America's Belt or somebody like that and give them the opportunity to compete for a world title. At the time, the current world title holder was having a match coming up, and they were looking for a competitor, and unfortunately the current champions weren't able to attend.
Okay.
So when that happens, they actually turn to their online community with the people doing the at-home challenges, and I just happened to be number one.
Oh, boy.
Because I had been doing a lot, and so they reached out to me, and this was honestly only 2 months in of me doing this.
Gosh, dude.
And so I was honestly a little starstruck because I just got done watching these people on TV and
Oh, yeah.
thinking they're amazing, and
Yeah,
now
yeah.
they're asking me to come to London and compete against the world champion, and I was like, wow, this is unreal. My initial reaction was, I don't think I deserve that opportunity, but they kind of insisted, and I was like, you know what? Why not go for it? It's going to be a cool opportunity and
Right.
a good experience, even if I lose.
Yeah. Well, you didn't lose. Tell me about it.
Yep. So, well, actually, the first world title match I did not win.
Okay. Sorry.
No
All right.
worries.
All right.
No worries. So
But it was a good experience, nonetheless.
It was very cool. So I went against Mike Jack. He's a renowned pepper eater. He's been doing it for years and years. I had been doing it for months.
Yeah.
And so this guy has numerous Guinness records of speed. And so essentially I made it all the way to the speed round, eating, near 50 super hot peppers.
Jeez, dude.
But when it got to the speed round, I had basically psyched myself out.
Did you really?
I told myself this guy's going to be faster. There's no way I'm going to win. Yeah. And I had told myself going into this, if I make it to a speed round, that's a win in my book.
Okay, yeah.
So that's
especially 2 months in.
Yeah, it was a self-fulfilling prophecy. But after that is when the light came on, and I'm like, I can do this. Yeah. I can get the speed, and I can win. So I just started pushing a little harder after that.
Okay, so how did you get the first belt?
Yeah, so the first time I actually won the world title belt was in Cape Town, South Africa. So,
okay.
Yeah, it was a cool
I guess
experience.
You had a lot of miles saved up, did you? A lot of air miles?
Not quite that time around.
Yeah.
But it was a good time to be able to go down there and experience that. You know, it was not on my radar to go to Cape Town, but what a cool opportunity.
Yeah.
Essentially, at that point, Mike, who I had competed against previously, was unable to attend Cape Town. So because of that, he had to relinquish the belt. If you can't compete, you have to relinquish the belt. Okay. So I actually did not compete against Mike again. This time I competed against Gary Kankar, the Scorpion Slayer, who was an undefeated pepper eater in South Africa.
Good Lord.
Yep. But after that match, which was an awesome... the Festival of Fire, it was really cool. We were the highlight of the night. And, yeah, after I won, I felt like a rock star. There was pyrotechnics going off.
Nice.
A crowd of people.
Heck yeah.
And I was just ecstatic, had the belt held high, and it was really cool.
Oh, my gosh, man.
Yeah.
And you've held on to the belt 2 times following, right?
Yeah, that's right. So after that, honestly, I was a little nervous about the next match because it was a 2-time America's champion. He was Chris, the Scoville unit for Golly. He's really good, and I was like, man, I don't know how this is going to go. He's beat Mike in something before, and he's just really good. But I was still getting better, and once I set my mind to something, you know, I'm still a human and I can lose, but I'm not going to do it easily if I can help it. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, it was a great time, and I'm friends with Chris, so it was a good competition. Yeah, it came down to the speed round at that one, and I was faster. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So now, does every competition after you get the world champion belt, is every competition a world championship competition going afterwards? Are there no more regional things working in between, or how does that work?
Yeah, that's true. So once you're the world title holder, you're basically not eligible for the other competitions.
Okay.
So they have to work their way up if they want this one, and I'm just going to play king of the hill and hold on to it as long as I can.
It's like old WCW wrestling, man. You get everything's a title match.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, tell me about the idea of hosting a festival in Northwest Arkansas, and is it something like when you moved here you'd been thinking about doing?
So I love festivals, first of all. I'm a big music person. I love music festivals.
Nice.
And then from going to these and competing, the hot sauce festivals are so much fun.
Yeah.
I really wanted to bring it to South Carolina initially. I was like, we need a South Carolina belt. And then I ended up moving to Arkansas.
Right.
And so I was like, you know what? Let's bring it here.
Yeah.
So pretty early on this year, I just made the decision I'm going to do it.
Good for you, man. Have you gotten a lot of support?
Yeah,
good.
I have. It's been good. It's been busy. I'm a one-man army here. I'm single-handedly organizing it, but it's a good learning experience.
While working full-time, side note.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, awesome. Hopefully you'll be able to build it out and have a lot of volunteers to help along the way, especially.
Yeah, it's good, and on top of that, starting a hot sauce company as well on the side. So very busy.
Wow.
But I enjoy it. It's kind of like my fun.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's talk more about that next. Sound good?
Sure.
We'll get into the festival. We'll get into the hot sauce company. We'll get into everything related to it. And we've also got the Mike Engelman Home Pro Tip of the Week, and that is coming up next right here on the Flavors of Northwest Arkansas.
Let me show you something.
Connect with us at Flavors of Northwest Arkansas on Facebook and Instagram, or by email at flavorsofnwa@gmail.com.
Okay, it's time. It's the Mike Engelman Home Pro Tip of the Week. And for that, we go to Mr. Fiery Red. Sir, what do you have for us?
Yeah, so I figured I would give a tip on how to build your spice tolerance. There's a lot of people that are intrigued maybe by craft hot sauce and different peppers, but maybe a little bit intimidated, and they don't want to burn themselves down.
As I raise my left hand.
Exactly. But there's things you can do to build that tolerance.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's what I did inadvertently when I first got into the competitive side. But essentially, if you want to build your spice tolerance, start small. Eat a little bit of spicy. It doesn't have to be extreme. It doesn't have to be unbearable. And just do it a little more consistently. Add a little spice to your food. Little by little, essentially the spicy reaction is your brain receptors thinking that something's wrong and something's on fire, but it's really not. But you essentially, the more you consume spicy, you somewhat desensitize those receptors slightly so that they get a little more dull and a little bit more accepting of the spice. So if you want to build your spice tolerance, start small and just use hot sauce. Use some powder or something, and just kind of consistency will build that up for you.
Super interesting. It kind of reminds me of sports. Repetition at practice make you better. Same idea.
Exactly.
Kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Well played, sir. We'll be right back. If you're new to Northwest Arkansas or just want to love where you live a little more, then you should know Maria from The Good Life in WA. She's a local realtor who specializes in helping people find not just a house, but the community where they truly thrive. You can also find her on Instagram at The Good Life in WA, where she shares daily tips on exploring the region, making new friends, and her popular Thursday weekend event picks for anyone looking for inspiration. It's Maria at The Good Life in WA.
Your story doesn't have to end. As an organ donor, the good in you can live on. In fact, you can save up to 8 lives through organ donation. Sign up to give the gift of life after you're gone. You'll be happy you did. Just maybe, someone else will too. Sign up online today as an organ, eye, and tissue donor at organdonor.gov. It saves lives.
I was doing a little research and I found some things, so I'm going to have to read it, so I'm not looking directly in the camera because I want to make sure I get this right. People of color make up most of the U.S. transplant waiting list, but account for far fewer registered donors. Closing this gap will save thousands and thousands of lives. Caucasian Americans make up roughly 2/3 of organ donors, while people of color account for about 60% of that transplant waiting list. Organ transplants do not strictly require a donor of the same race or ethnicity, but matching tissue markers and blood types, which of course are critical for compatibility, are more easily found among people of the same ethnic background. A diverse donor pool helps reduce wait times for everybody. Organdonor.gov is the place we go to get signed up. We talk about it every week. Organdonor.gov, super important. Takes you 5 minutes to the Arkansas link. Takes 5 minutes to the Texas link. It probably does through the other ones as well. You can also use the health app on your iPhone to get signed up. You can also, like I did a million trillion years ago, go to the DMV or the Department of Finance here in Arkansas. Tell them when you renew your license or you're getting your license that you want to be an organ donor. They'll stamp that baby on there. You'll be good to go. Otherwise, organdonor.gov is the place to go. Please check it out if you haven't. Thanks so much. Okay, we are back. We are back with Stephen. We are going to talk festival.
Yeah.
We're going to talk hot sauce. I want to kick it off with the festival, though. It's the Ozark Flame and Flavor Festival. There's a lot to it. And the thing that caught my eye, like initially, it was when you sent me that email. There's a kids competition too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so it's interesting because you think spicy and you think kids. It typically doesn't go together.
Right.
But it's fun, and what we do obviously is scale it down significantly.
Sure.
We're not giving kids super hot peppers,
Yeah.
but it is fun. The kids that like to handle a little bit of spice at home, and they think they can win that trophy and some cash. We're going to have prize money as well.
Listen, I think my sister, as I recall, would have been big in that back in the day. She would pop jalapenos as a kid.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll start pretty light and mild, and really it's about jalapeno level, and depending on the kids, if they are hardcore, we might step it up a little bit, but it's not going to be too intense, but it will be fun because those kids, for the first time maybe, are really pushing their spice tolerance. And you might see some tears, but that's natural with spicy anyway.
Well,
but it's the
I wouldn't
ones
think
that
it
are
to
up
be
there.
crying tears.
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just the spice,
heat tears.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they're fine, and they always can step down if they want to. But whoever wants to push the hardest will win.
Yeah, and of course adults will be competing as well, not only with peppers but chicken wings. A lot there.
Yeah, that is true. We're gonna have some fiery red sauce specific for the wing competition. And if you're signed up for the wing competition, you are in for a treat and some heat because it is going to be warm.
Oh my gosh! How late can people sign up to be in the competition?
Yeah, it's a good question. So the wing competition's already full.
Okay.
We have a wait list currently. If some people back out, we will let that wait list go down the line.
Sure.
At the day of the event, if there are still openings, we will allow somebody to sign up. We'll just need to make sure you complete the waiver, and
I'll bet
you're ready to go. And then you're welcome to get on that stage, see how much you can push.
That's
win
awesome.
a trophy and some cash.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It comes with a belt. Tell me, this is a sanctioned event. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. So the first pepper eating, the adult one, is going to be our amateur pepper eating. So no belt there.
Okay.
That one does have a cash prize still, and it does have a trophy. But then we have the sanctioned League of Fire Bentonville belt match. And so that's where somebody will have a chance to win this beautiful trophy.
If you're only listening, you're missing this. I'll get a shot of it, and we'll put it on social. But yeah, it is a beautiful belt.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it's probably the coolest trophy you'll ever see, and it's a good memory. But yeah, so we have people coming from as far as Florida to compete.
Wow.
There are serious people in the League of Fire that want this belt.
Okay, so this is actual League of Fire members.
Yes.
Okay.
And with that said, if there are seats available, it's not to say you can't sign up. I've seen people sign up and win day of the competition, which is really cool.
Crazy.
When you get a walk-on, totally unexpected, that just really pushes themselves.
Craziness. Crazy. So we were talking about the wings. What's the biggest spice level you think that are going to hit the wings?
So honestly, I will give a spoiler alert on if you're going to be involved in this. The wing sauce itself is going to be consistent from round one till the end. It's going to be really hot from the get-go.
Okay.
What's going to happen is you're going to get wing at a time. So if you eat one, we're going to let you sit there and burn for a minute. And if you're good to continue, then we will go to round two.
Wow.
But we'll have some additional things we may add to the wings as needed, because there can only be one winner. And then similar to the pepper eating, if it comes down to the end and there's more than one that just do not tap out, we'll do a speed round as well.
Okay.
But it'll be a wing style, and you've got to clear those bones and push through those extremely spicy wings.
We've actually, if you're not watching, I think I mentioned this earlier, the peppers on the table. You grow these, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you've got like a full pepper farm at your house.
Yeah, it's safe to say that.
Okay. What is the absolute? Are we in? First off, are we in a good area for pepper growth?
Yes,
Northwest
I would
Arkansas.
say honestly, yes. Zone 7A is what we are in our grow zone, and it's honestly really good for growing. It's been extremely hot, as you know, these past couple weeks.
Ridiculous.
Which peppers like heat, but it's still a lot. So just keeping them, you got to keep water. You don't want to water too much, but you got to keep enough water to keep them healthy. But yeah, they are doing great and really enjoying it.
Okay. Crazy, man. So how long have you, now were you growing peppers in Charleston? Have you been doing this for a long time? Because I know this is it's a big science, and I'm sure like with anything, it's something you grow good at from the start to now.
Yeah, honestly, I dove into this really heavily last season. So this is really my second year of a full-on, what I'm calling my super hot pepper garden. And what happened was I got into the competing, and the peppers are expensive. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to grow my own.
Smart.
So I would compete and practice at home, and then I would save the seeds and set them aside and label them, and I would save the hottest ones, and then I'm like, I'm going to grow these next year.
Brilliant.
And so that's what I did. And so everything I'm growing this year came from peppers I grew last year.
I'm wondering if any deer have tried to eat those out of your garden.
So they will not touch peppers.
I figured.
They might touch the leaves, but honestly, luckily my yard is in a 6-foot privacy fence.
Okay, good.
So I've kept the deer out, but they would definitely eat the foliage, but they will not eat peppers.
Okay, interesting. So we've talked about the festival. It's also a festival. It's not just sit down and eat and things like that. There's a lot going on outside of that. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's honestly going to be something for everybody. And I've been to a lot of hot sauce festivals, and I'm always like thinking, what can I do to make mine not necessarily better, but appealing to everybody?
Yeah.
I want everybody to have a good time, whether you're a little kid or an adult, whether you like spicy or you're not a spice fan, it's going to be fun. Watching competitions is really intense, even if you don't want to partake. There's going to be live rock bands. We're going to have Anthony of East of Anthony acoustic act opening, and then we're going to have Dreadful Day, a really good rock band performing throughout the night. They're going to play a set in between every competition, so it's going to be nonstop, either competition going on or a rock band. There's a full bar. They're going to have some special spicy event-only cocktails available, as well as everything else you would typically want from a bar, full bar. We're going to have so many craft hot sauce makers from around the area. Anybody that comes gets a ticket, and they can sample each one, and then at the end they'll submit their ticket to who they want to be the...
It's like a People's Choice Award.
That's exactly what it is. So it's the People's Choice Hot Sauce Award at the end, and so everybody gets to check that out. There's going to be food. There's going to be kids face painting and cornhole, and it's just going to be a good time, honestly.
That's great. Speaking of hot sauce, you had mentioned earlier you're in the midst of starting a hot sauce company.
Yeah, it's just like one thing keeps leading to another here. I started from liking hot sauce to competing, and then I started from buying the peppers to growing them, and then I had an abundance of peppers, and it's like, well, I guess I need to start making hot sauce. And then I've just found it to be a lot of fun, being creative and coming up with different flavors.
What a great outlet,
And so, I'm like, you know what? Especially as I build the Fiery Red brand in competitions and get a little bit more recognition online, what better than to have some Fiery Red world champion hot sauce?
That's exactly it. And you will have it out there, I'm assuming, as part of the sauces that people can taste?
I was very close to doing that, but honestly, I'm going to be so busy. I've opted out of having our sauces this year. We're going to focus solely on promoting all the other vendors and promoting the event.
Oh, cool. Good for you.
And then, next year, because I'm not quite FDA approved, and you can sell hot sauce through Arkansas Cottage law without any FDA.
100%.
But you know what? We're kind of all or nothing until I'm FDA approved and I can sell online. Like, you can sample, but it's not for sale, and we're just going to hold off until we get this event through and focus on making the event awesome this year.
So, as mentioned many, many times before, I am spice averse, but I'm about to try one of the hot sauces now. You have promised me that the one closest to me right here is the least spicy. What's the flavor of this one?
So that one is called Savor the Flavor. It's made by Beans Hot Sauce Company.
Okay.
It is a smoky flavor. You're going to definitely taste some smoke. It's got a good flavor to it. I think you'll enjoy it.
What did you say the Scoville unit on this is?
That is a good question.
Okay, I don't see it on here, so I'm not concerned.
No, it's not bad. Everybody asks 1 to 10, and everybody's a little bit different. So my one's a little bit different than your one. It's probably not a 1 for you, but it's not going to be a 10 by any means.
All right. Well, I'm really concerned because I'm not good at this, but I'll give it a go.
Yeah, people get nervous, but I honestly think you might be pleasantly surprised.
Whoa, way too much. Clean the end there. Okay, damn it. Here we go. There it is. I didn't mean to put it over the belt. That is smoky.
It is.
Yeah, that's really smoky. Here goes nothing.
I'll do some with you. Why not?
Oh, that's really good. Oh, that's hot, but it's really good. I do like that.
Okay, so you think...
I'm starting to sweat a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a medium, probably.
Okay, yeah. I like that. I put too much on for me, but
you did all of it, so good job.
well, I mean, look, if it's there, I'm going to do it. If I poured it,
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. I'm not going to waste anything, but yeah. It's starting to come on a little bit more. It's not, I'm sure you don't even feel it, but to me, it's starting to come on.
Yeah, it's very mild. I like to feel a mild linger. But
Little
it's,
tinge?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty mild.
I did earlier today have some gum,
Okay.
so I don't know if that, I don't know. Anyway, it just feels, my tongue feels a little more susceptible to feeling that sort. Anyway,
It'll wake you up a little bit.
I'm awake.
Yeah,
I'm awake.
definitely awakens the senses.
Tell me where the event is, what time it is, and how folks can get tickets.
Yeah, so it's going to be at Record Downtown. That's a block away.
Please take over the talking.
Yeah. Record Downtown is 1 block away from the Bentonville Square. So really central location, downtown Bentonville. The event starts at 3:30 p.m. is when doors open. Stuff's really going to start at 4 o'clock when we have our first band acoustic act. And then from there it's competition and music all night long. And it goes until 10:30 p.m. So it's going to be busy. From 3:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Record Downtown, August 29th. It's going to be a great time. You can find tickets on my website, which is fieryred.com, FIERYREDD.com. And then you can find Ozark Flame and Flavor Festival on there.
Nice.
And get tickets. Tickets are only $15, but 12 and under are free with the purchase of an adult ticket. And yeah, I think it's going to be a great time.
Nice. You're getting a lot of good feedback on it so far.
Yeah, we've got our social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook, so you can look up Ozark Flame and Flavor Festival online from those as well. And
Nice.
you can see all that we're posting.
Yeah.
A lot of exciting stuff going on, honestly.
Heck yeah. And you said it starts at...
It starts at 3:30 p.m.
Okay,
on
great.
August 29th.
Okay, so this will go up the Wednesday before.
Okay.
So this coming Saturday, for those that are listening, the day it comes out.
Yeah, definitely come check us out. You know,
perfect.
you can come meet me if you want to see the world champ, and
Heck yeah.
hey, come compete, watch your friends compete, or sample some sauces, enjoy the music, the drinks, the food. Your kids are going to have a good time, and so are you.
This is going to be a really, outside of everything, this is going to be make for really good video and pictures.
Yeah.
This whole event for sure. That's the first thing that pops into my mind, especially after I have that. I don't understand how people can have on the other side of the table. That just really confounds me.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate your time, man. This is fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Flavors of Northwest Arkansas, you can find on Facebook and Instagram and, of course, TikTok. Thanks so much. Please remember when you go out, tip your servers. Hope to see you Saturday at the event. If you're feeling brave, get signed up. See what you can do out there. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.